Hi friends, very good evening all of you. So it is a matter of immense pleasure for me to start with this crash course for advanced accounting for December 21 CA intermediate and CA IPCC students. Okay, so are we ready? Shall we start? So before we start, certain small things like you call it announcements or disclaimers or friendly cautions. I'll have to tell you certain things. Point number one, please do not record this class by using any kind of applications in your mobile phone or in your laptop. These are encrypted classes because we are into this recorded classes and all. We have technology companies, and this will be an intellectual property breach from my side and from your side also if someone is recording this. This is strictly not allowed. If you miss any class, free backup will be provided. If the encryption softwares recognize that you are recording at your end, you will be removed from the batch. So please don't do that. That disturbs everyone. So this is point number one. Point number two, this is going to be a 63-hour session. So 21 days into 3 hours, so it comes to 63 hours. We almost try to cover 100% of the syllabus. Almost. If it is a theory class like strategic management or auditing, it is very easy to cover the portions. But as you know, in advanced accounting, the syllabus is huge, and also the depth of certain topics like you call it amalgamation and consolidation, you can swim from this end to that end. It takes a lot of time. So because of this reason, if we are unable to complete the whole portion, and if one or two chapters are still not completed, either I will extend and I will take one more class, one more day, or I will give a recorded backup free of cost in our Cap Classes mobile application. So either ways, whether it is a live or recorded, you will get all the classes. So these classes, this recorded, this live class with recorded backup, if you miss any class, this is primarily intended for new syllabus students. Okay, but out of the students registered, very few students, like maybe around less than 10 students, are for old syllabus. Okay, we do have around 60-70 students for the new syllabus and less than 10 students for the old syllabus. For old syllabus students also will complete majority of the portions. If at all, say for example, here there is one consolidation. So on the day of consolidation, they might feel, Pawan sir, we do not have consolidation. Don't worry, those days I will give you your syllabus, whatever is there which we are not discussing here. That day I will give you recorded backup so that you can learn it from them. Okay, so either you are old syllabus student or new syllabus student, majority of the topics will be covered. Normally in crash course, lecturer will target to complete 70% of the syllabus, and my target is to complete at least 90% of the syllabus. Okay, so today 29/9/2021 we are starting this batch. This is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday batch. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday batch. Every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday evening 6:30 to 9:30 we'll have classes. Evening 6:30 to 9:30 we'll have classes. Okay, so 21 days into 3 hours, it will be a complete intensive course of 63 hours. Material will be given to you. Already material is sent to all those students who have registered. If you have not yet received after the class, just drop a message in WhatsApp. I will forward all the materials to you. And majority of the topics we do from ICI study material only. For some topics, I have given some additional material to make it simple. For example, banking, NBFC, these kind of things, if you see, 60-70 pages material will be there. Or banking companies, if you see, 150 pages material will be there. That much of theory is not relevant for you. A student cannot read 40 pages of introduction for NBFC accounting. No? So those areas where I trimmed, I'll give you other material. But accounting standards, amalgamation, consolidation kind of areas, whatever is there, ESOP, buyback, all these things we'll do from ICI book only. So this is the study plan, proposed study plan. It might change. Maybe there are 4 or 5% chances that it will change, but more than 90% will stick to the same pattern. Okay, so 29th today we are starting with accounting standards. There are so many accounting standards. You see, these are the accounting standards. This is ICI study material. Latest today I have taken it from website. Use always latest study material. So we do have accounting standard 4, 5, 7, 9, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 24, 26, 29. And some of the standards are huge, really big. Really means really big. For example, leases, earnings per share, then this income tax, deferred taxes. These kind of things are really huge. So in these, I can tell you one thing: 4, 5, 7, 9, 14, then 20, then 26, then 29. These are first generation standard. First generation standard means I can say basics, but being a CA intermediate student, you will say, sir, what basics are advanced, sir. For you, it could be advanced, but from accounting standards point of view, they are basic standards. So we call them first generation standards. We call them first generation standards. Accounting standard 17, 18, then 19, 22, 24. These are actually second generation standards. So they are latest standards compared to first generation and little above, the first generation standards in terms of difficulty, but they are examinable. In exam, all the questions will come. For old syllabus students, many standards are not there. For example, 17, 18, 22, 24, these standards are not there. Okay, don't worry. If you are old syllabus students, your standards will be given to you. Don't worry. If at all we are unable to discuss some concepts in the class, okay, because if it is a crash course, you have to understand that lecturer tries to cover maximum, but no one can cover 100%. But still, I'll try to cover maximum. If we are not covering something, I'll give you free recorded backup in our CAP classes application. Okay, and I am starting with the class. Before that, once again, you call it request, you call it disclaimer, you call it warning, or you call it friendly caution. I'm telling you, please do not use any kind of unfair means to record the class, which is actually illegal, which disturbs you and me both. So please do not record. Are you agreeing with me? Say yes, we'll continue. Say yes, we'll continue. We do have softwares that recognize if you are doing any kind of things, but still I do not want to take it to that level that ruptures the relationship. We are, I am a student friendly lecturer, you know me personally, so why taking to that level? Happily we'll do it in a friendly way. So today let us start our discussion. With accounting standard 4. Okay, so put the heading AS4. What is AS4? AS4 speaks about contingencies and events occurring after balance sheet date. In this, two parts are there. This is contingencies. This is shifted to accounting standard 29. So practically, what do we have today? Today we have in accounting standard 4 only one part, events occurring after balance sheet date. Only one part we have, that is events occurring after balance sheet date. So contingencies is taken to accounting standard 29. Now, what is events occurring after balance sheet date? Events occurring after balance sheet date are the events. See, this is say 1/4/20 and this is 31/3/21. This is called financial year, correct? This is called financial year. Say yes or no. Is this financial year for us? 1/4/20 to 31/3/21. Is it financial year? Yes. So obviously any transaction that is happening here will be recorded in this financial year 2021 financial statements. 2021 financial statements. So all these transactions will be recorded here. Now the question is, this is 36/21. This is date on which financial statements are approved by approving authority. In case of company, board of directors. In case of partnership firm, partners. In case of society, managerial committee. In case of trust, trustees. So there will be one group of people who approve financial statements. So we are taking the example of a company. So for company, you tell me who is approving authority. For company, tell me who is approving authority for financial statements. Type in the chat box, I want to see board of directors. Correct. That is what I have taken. So now the question is, Pawan sir, something happened here. Pawan sir, something happened here. That means after balance sheet date, before financial statements are approved. What is this red color cross mark I have put? This is an event occurring after the balance sheet date, but before the financial statements are approved. Now the question is, if this is 15.5, if this is 15.5.21, if this is 15.5.21, Pawan sir, something happened on 15.5.21. This normally falls in 21-22 financial year financial statements. Correct? 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 Do you agree with me if I say this transaction normally falls in 21-22 financial statements? Say yes or no? Yes, naturally, because this belongs to 21-22. Sometimes what happens, this has some connection with the previous year. Sometimes this event has the connection with the previous year. When this event has connection with the previous year, accounting standard says, dear accountant, something happened on 15/5/21. I agree. Something happened on 15/5/21. I agree. Without loss of generality, naturally, it should be recorded in 21-22. I agree. It should be recorded in 21-22. I agree. But there are certain circumstances where this transaction, this event occurring after the balance sheet date has some connection with the condition or the event existing on the balance sheet date of the previous financial year balance sheet date. So this transaction has some connection. If it is so, go back and adjust the financial statements. Now, step 1, we need to understand what is event occurring after balance sheet date. Step 2, we need to understand whether it needs adjustment or it doesn't need adjustment. Once you understand these 2 steps and we solve some problems, this standard is over. Small standard, baby standard, kutti standard. No folds, no depth. Intricate points will not be there. Basic standard. So what are the 2 things we need to learn? Step 1, what is an event occurring after balance sheet date? Step 2, whether it is an adjusting event or a non-adjusting event. Whether it is an adjusting event or a non-adjusting event. These 2 things we need to understand. After that, problems only. Now you understand the scope of the standard. Scope of the standard is big or small? You tell me. Scope of the standard is big scope or small scope? Small scope. Okay, right now. Event occurring after the balance sheet date. Event occurring after the balance sheet date. Contingent losses, contingent gains, they have discussed here, but that need not be discussed. That will take to AS 29. AS 29. Okay, now all of you copy this para in your notes. I know you have textbook with you, but still I prefer you copying this. I prefer you copying this whole para. This whole para. Events occurring after balance sheet date. Okay, I want you to copy this whole para. Or at least read it 2 to 3 times from the screen. Read it 2 to 3 times from the screen. Just this para. After reading that, once you understand, say done in the chat box, then we'll continue. I'll give you 1 to 2 minutes of time. Read that and just say done in the chat box, then we will continue. Read that 2-3 times. Are we done? Very good. So few students are saying done. What about others? Everybody, please let me know. Okay. After that, would you like to copy this? Would you like to copy this? Or have you already copied? If you have copied, very good. If you have not copied, copy this. Copied. Very good. So anyone who wants to copy? Copied. Very good. Everybody saying copied. I'm happy. So please do that. While I'm explaining something, take running notes. That is always good. That is always good. Okay. Now, don't do anything. Here they have given two types of events can be identified. Two types of events can be identified. We will not write this. We will come and discuss this. After that, they have given one small diagram. Okay. Now, let us see the diagram and then we come back. Let us see the diagram and then we come back. Okay. Just all of you read this. Events occurring after balance sheet date, split it into two. Left side, evidence of some condition existing on the balance sheet date. That means this event has some connection. Okay. On the right side, no evidence of such condition being existed at the balance sheet date. For example, fire accident. Fire accident occurred on 15th May. Is there any connection between fire accident occurred on 15th May and the previous balance sheet? You tell me. There is earthquake. There is fire accident. There is something happening on 15th May which has no connection with 31st March. So if fire accident occurs on 15th May, what are you supposed to do? Record it as a loss. Record it as a loss in 21-22 because it is non-adjusting event. But debtor becoming bankrupt. Debtor is existing on balance sheet date. Financial difficulties of debtor is existing on the balance sheet date. Subsequent to the balance sheet date, he announced bankruptcy. So what will you do? Debtor becoming bankrupt, what will you do? Adjusting or non-adjusting? Debtor becoming bankrupt, what will you do? Adjusting or non-adjusting? Adjusting, obviously. So if we prepare a list here, and if we prepare a list here, that is enough. What are adjusting events? Examples. What are non-adjusting event? Examples. If you write examples, that is enough. Okay. So left side, evidence of such condition being existed on the balance sheet date. Then it becomes adjusting event. Pawan sir, what is the meaning of adjusting event? Simple. If the event is adjusting event, if the event is if this is adjusting event, if this is adjusting event, go back to the balance sheet date and make adjustments to assets, liabilities, equity. That's all. If it is an adjusting event, go back to balance sheet date and record the journal entry on that date. Record the journal entry on that date and make some adjustments to assets, liabilities and equity. Make some adjustments to assets, liabilities and equity. That's all. That's all. If it is a non-adjusting event, nothing required. Record it on that day itself. So in this example, I'll tell you, event occurred on 15/5/21. Event occurred on 15/5/21. Is it an adjusting event? Or you can split this into two. If it is adjusting event, if it is non-adjusting event. Basically, I'll tell you what is the difference. Accounting will be done in 2021 financial year. This is the way you should understand. Here, if it is non-adjusting event, accounting will be done in which financial year? You tell me in the chat box. Whatever you tell in the chat box, I'll write. I do not know. I do not have that much of brain. You tell me, I'll write. 2021 or before that or after that, which year? Very good. Everybody saying 21-22, correct answer. 21-22, correct answer. Okay, here what we do is adjust. assets, liabilities, and equity of previous year. That means for 15/5/21, you are going back to previous year. No, here no adjustment is required. That's all. Here no adjustment is required. You understand? So copy this and then copy this diagram. Copy this. Copy this. Once you are done copying this, copy this also. For adjusting events, we do disclosure in financial statements. For non-adjusting events, we'll give disclosure in board report. For non-adjusting events, we give disclosure in board report. Okay, once you copy, say done. Then we'll go to next step. Copy this and let me know in the chat box that you are done. Then we'll take it further. Can we move? Can we move on? Very good. Should be little fast. You should be little fast. Okay, now. Abarna, you have mic, ma? Abarna, do you have mic? If you have mic, say hi. Turn the mic on and say hi.
Hi, sir.
Hi, Abarna. How are you?
Fine, sir.
Good. Where are you from, ma?
I'm from Chennai, sir.
You're from Chennai. Last 1 year, 2 years back, majority of my students are from Hyderabad and Kerala. Last 6 months, 80% of my students are coming from Tamil Nadu. Why? What is the reason?
Actually, I saw your classes in YouTube only, sir.
Okay.
So, the last few days, community feed la dhaan na paathen, sir.
Okay. Good, good.
So, actually, last time எனக்கு ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருந்தது சார் எக்ஸாம்க்கு உங்களோட பார்ட்னர்ஷிப் இப்பதான் நீங்க வீடியோஸ் போட்டுருந்தீங்களா ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கு
Dissolution, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Very good, very good. So, shall we continue with the class? Abarna, if we speak more about my reach na, what people say, like reality TV show Indian Idol, this person has transferred 100 rupees to Abarna in Google Pay and requested before class, I will ask you to turn your mic on, then we'll do drama. You say, sir, what a lecturer you are, sir. That kind of things will come. Why? Unnecessary. So, shall we continue with our accounting standards? Yes. Abarna, can you read this 2 types of events, ma? Adjusting event, non-adjusting event. Please read this.
Adjusting events, those which provide further evidence of conditions that existed at the balance sheet date. For example, a trade receivable declared insolvent after reporting date and unable to pay full amount against whom provision for doubtful debt was created.
Very good. So all of you please read this para. All of you please read this para. I'll give you 20 seconds time. 20 seconds time. Please read this para and let me know in the chat box whether you understand it or not. Let me know whether you understand it or not. Then we'll break down it into understandable phrases. I will break down this for your benefit. Very good. Very good. So put the heading adjusting event. Put the heading adjusting event. One. Adjusting event 1. Write down. There is a condition. There is a condition existed or existing, you can write either existed or existed on balance sheet date. In our example, what is the balance sheet date? 31/3/2021. So this is point number 1. There is a condition existed on balance sheet date. This is point number 1. Point number 2. An event occurred after balance sheet date. That is, in our example, 15/5/2021, that provide further evidence of condition, that provide further evidence of condition existed on balance sheet date. Further evidence of condition existed on balance sheet date. Okay, so this is step 1. Step 2. Step 3. This event is there, no? This event is an adjusting event. Why it is an adjusting event? Because of further evidence. It is an adjusting event because of further evidence. So step 4, what to do? Go back means go back from 15/5/21 to 31/3/21. Go back means from 15/5/21 go back to 31/3/21, and after going back, what to do? Make adjustments to assets, liabilities and equity. This is the meaning. You understand this? Now we'll write some examples. So they have not given examples. I will give you examples. They have not given examples. I will give you examples. One examples. 1. Assets sold before 31/3. Assets sold before 31/3 but registered or valued on 15/5/21. Before 31/3/21 you entered into sale agreement, but registration is done after that. Obviously adjusting event. 2. Inventory existing on 31/3/21 but net realizable value available on 15/5/21. Adjusting event. Go back, adjust. On 31/3 net realizable value is not available. What to do? Whenever it is available, we'll consider that. 3. Doubtful debt as on 31/3/21. Doubtful debt as on 31/3/21. Debtor become bankrupt. Debtor becoming bankrupt on 15/5/21. Debtor became bankrupt on 15/5/21. Debtor became bankrupt on 15/5/21. These are adjusting events. Court case. A provision created on 31/3/21. Judgment came on 15/5/21. So you have created a provision for 4 lakhs. But the judge said, no, you have to pay 6 lakhs. Adjust it. Court case, a provision created on 31.3, but judgment came on 15.5. Adjusting event. Okay. Guys, you understand 1, 2, 3, 4. See, examination question will come from our example only. Examination question will come from our example only. Okay. 5. Cashier embezzled 2 lakhs on 10/1/21, but fraud identified on 15/5/21. Is it an adjusting event? Fifth one, tell me, fifth example, whatever I have written, do you think it is adjusting event? Answer is obviously yes. On the date of balance sheet, fraud is already there. You don't know, idiot, you are blind, but fraud is there, no? Guys, you understand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you understand? Can we move further? If you understand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, can we move further? Okay, now put the heading non-adjusting event. Next one is non-adjusting event. Non-adjusting event. Okay, so all of you read this B point. All of you read this B point. Read this B point. Non-adjusting events are those which are indicative of conditions that arose subsequent to the balance sheet date. So this condition is not existing on the balance sheet date. It is arising after the balance sheet date. For example, plant got damaged due to occurrence of fire accident. So 15th May, fire accident happened. Do you have any condition existing on 31st March? No. Okay, right on. Non-adjusting event. Non-adjusting event. 1. An event occurred after balance sheet date. In our example, what is the date? 15/5/21. That do not have any connection. That do not have any connection with any condition. With any condition existing on balance sheet date. That means what? That means this event is this condition is arising on 15/5/21 only. This condition is arising on 15/5/21 only. So it doesn't need any adjustment. 3. No adjustment required. That means 4. Record it in 21/22 financial year only. Examples. Fire accident, earthquake, or any other natural calamity. Okay, shares issued Shares issued on 15/5. What connection it has on 31/3? Nothing. Our prospectus released, so what? Prospectus released, so what? Shares issued on 15/5, no? So record it in this year only. Shares issued or debentures issued or loans borrowed, all these things. Mergers and acquisitions. Mergers, demergers, acquisitions, takeovers, amalgamation, whatever you call it, happened on 15/5. That's all. It is to be recorded on that day only. Fire accidents, any changes in the capital, any changes in the structures. Okay, restructuring or expansion programs. Restructuring or expansion programs. These are non-adjusting events. These are non-adjusting events. You understand this 1, 2, 3, 4 examples? I have written so many examples on the board. Do you understand? These are to be recorded in 21-22 only. This should not be recorded in 21-22. Guys, do you understand these examples? Very good. That's all. Now there are two special points. What are that? First special point is dividends. First special point is dividends. Second special point is going concern. First special point is dividends. So this is our financial year. 1/4/21, 1/4/20, 31/3/21, 36/21 financial statements approved. Financial statements approved. Here, say for example, on 15/5/21, dividend declared. Now you tell me, this dividend declared is for which year? This dividend declared is for 2021 financial year. Correct? The dividend declared is 2021 financial year. Now you tell me 10 crores dividend is declared on 15/5/21. When I prepare my balance sheet as on 31/3/2021, should I write this dividend declared provision for proposed dividend 10 crores? Should I write or no? You tell me. Should I write or no? Aparna is saying yes, Sveta is saying no, John is saying no. Ayappa is saying no. What about others? What about others? Previously, if you read this standard some 4 or 5 years back, 4 or 5 years, or before Companies Act 2013 came into existence, Schedule 6 to Old Companies Act 1956. Schedule 6 to Old Companies Act 1956. They required provision for proposed dividend to be recorded. Okay. Maybe they thought matching concept. So the dividend, cost of capital to the company, and this financial year are matching. That belongs to this accounting year. So they thought matching concept. But this Schedule 3 to Companies Act 2013 is not having anything about this provision for proposed dividend. So when this legal requirement is not there, accounting standard will prevail. When this legal requirement is not there, accounting standard will prevail. So what is that accounting standard AS4? Now we have something called framework for preparation and presentation of financial statements. This framework for preparation and presentation of financial statements says to create a provision there should be liability. Simple, na? To create a provision, framework says to create a provision there should be a liability. There should be a liability. Now on 31/3/2021, X Limited has no liability to declare dividend. Subsequent to that, they prepared P&L balance sheet. Then they realized, wow, we have good profits. Then they announced a dividend. That has nothing to do on your balance sheet. So now, today, based on the amendment 2013 Companies Act, Accounting Standard 4, 2013 Companies Act, Accounting Standard 4 revised. Dividend should not be provided for. Dividend should not be provided for in previous year balance sheet. So in our example, 15/5/21 you declare dividend. No, don't go back and write this dividend provision. What you need to do is, this dividend should be disclosed. Disclose it, don't account for it. Disclose means write in notes to accounts. For so and so, current year 2021, we have declared 10 crore rupees of dividends. Tell that. But don't pass a journal entry. Okay, dividend payable account debit to reserves account debit to dividend payable account, or reserves account debit to dividends provision for a dividends payable account. No, don't do anything like this. You understand about dividends, guys? You understand about dividends? Dividend is first special point. Now you tell me what is second special point. Hello, second special point. Going concern concept. Second one is going concern assumption. Going concern assumption. Now you tell me one. On 15/5/21, fire accident occurred, or any other natural calamity occurred, or company is acquired by another company. Now, if the impact of this event, first you tell me, is this adjusting event or non-adjusting event? Basically, this is an adjusting event or non-adjusting event. You tell me. Basically, this is a non-adjusting event. But if the severity of the event is such that the company cannot continue its operations in the future. Okay, normally it is non-adjusting event. However, that means exception. What is exception? If such event makes the entity not a going concern. That means going concern assumption is no more appropriate. That means the entity is not a going concern. Now what will you do? Tell me. Will you treat it as adjusting event or will you treat it as non-adjusting event? Treat such event as adjusting event. Put it in a box. Put a star mark. After that, cross it. It is wrong. Every student. Unfortunately, half the faculty also will say like this. I am not criticizing anyone though. This is wrong. Shocked. Can you tell me what to do in this situation? Don't treat such event as adjusting event. Prepare financial statements on liquidation basis. What is the difference, Pavan sir? This is your balance sheet. This is your PPE. Other than this, item 1, 2, 3, fourth item is PPE. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 items are there. For example, 13 items. If you do not like 13, we'll write 14 items. 14 items are there in balance sheet. So if it is adjusting event, you'll adjust only this amount. But accounting standard, what it said, if the going concern assumption is not appropriate, you cannot prepare financial statements on going concern assumption basis. Prepare financial statements on liquidation basis. That means what, this item, this item, this item, this, everything will be changed. Not only this PPE. Why going concern assumption is disturbed? Because of major fire accident or short circuit in the factory. Major fire accident in the factory. So only PPE is disturbed, but the damage to PPE is such that we do not have insurance. Imagine, we do not have insurance. The damage to this PPE is such that the entity is no more a going concern. They do not have money to, buy a new equipment, and the equipment is 10 crore rupees. Now damage is 9 crores. Equity of the company, equity and reserves of the company is 2 crores. Cash balance is 25,000. Khatam. Perform dying ceremony. This is to announce everyone that the company is no more a going concern. Sir, we will adjust PPE. Idiot, don't adjust PPE. Prepare the whole set of financial statements based on liquidation basis. Khatam. The standard is over. If you understand, give a thumbs up, then we will do some problems on this. Super. Okay. Rajat, it is already given in ICI material, ma. So if you look here now, adjusting event, non-adjusting event, dividends declared after balance sheet date. Here they have given events indicating going concern assumption inappropriate. Here they have clearly written, in this case, the financial statements are to be prepared on liquidation basis. Read this sentence, Rajat. In this case, the financial statements are prepared on liquidation basis. Okay, it is given. Just a single reading, you will understand everything. Okay. And example. Very, very, very important example. Put a star mark. This is 1/4/2020. This is 31/3/2021. A debtor is there. 10 lakhs he has to give. This is 36/2021. Board of Directors approved financial statements. This is 15/5/21. This debtor Mr. A has given a check for 10 lakhs. Debtor has given a check for 10 lakhs. What is the date it is given? It is given on 31/3/21 date only. So when you received check, or they are speaking in the reverse, No, they are speaking in the reverse. So I'll tell you reverse example. So on 30th, on 31/3/21, Mr. A gave a check, dated say 10th August. This happens in every business, okay? This happens in every business. So on the balance sheet date, you are calling your debtor and saying, sir, year end, sir, so many pressure will be there, sir, auditor will come, sir, debtor's figure is to be modified, sir, please send one check, sir. So A said, okay, don't worry, I'll give you check. So check is given on 31/3/2021, but the check is dated 10/4/21. So can I say this is checks in hand? Can I say this is checks in hand on 31/3/21? Now the question is, can I pass a journal entry? Can I pass a journal entry on 31/3/2021? Checks in hand account debit to Mr. A debtors account. 10 lakhs, 10 lakhs. This is my alternative one. This is my alternative one. Alternative two. Alternative two. Don't pass the above journal entry. Don't pass the above journal entry. So when you pass above journal entry, what happens? Debtor comes down, cash and cash equivalents will increase. When you do not pass the above journal entry, don't pass the above journal entry, keep debtors intact. Don't reduce. Keep cash intact. Cash and cash equivalents intact. Don't increase. So if you do not pass journal entry, alternative 2 happen. Now you tell me, alternative 1 is correct, alternative 2 is correct. You tell me, alternative 1 is correct, alternative 2 is correct. Very good. So everybody is saying alternative 1. So I have got many answers. All the answers are alternative 1. Is there any student who wants to say alternative 2 is correct? Or do you think alternative 1 is only correct? Alternative 1 is wrong. Alternative 2 is correct. Every student will say alternative 1. Unfortunately, when you do audit, many companies will do 1, but that is wrong. Many companies, when I conduct audit, many companies, they will fight, they will argue. They will argue. And they will say, Pawan sir, previous auditor did not object to this, Pawan sir. So what? Previous auditor did not object. That doesn't mean I have to go with previous auditor. No, I'll go with accounting standard. No way. Alternative 2 is correct accounting treatment. Why you know? Why you know? What is the definition of asset? An asset is a resource controllable by the entity. An asset is a resource controllable by the entity. But this check on 31st March, you have a check now, you cannot control that. Because you'll have to deposit that after 10 days only in bank, that day it could bounce also, who knows. So this paper by name check, whatever you are having on 31st is not an asset. If it is not an asset, how can you recognize? You are recognizing asset here, but you don't have an asset. When you do not have an asset, how can you recognize? Bouncer, super point. Ta-da! How much of practical exposure you should have, how much of in-depth, knowledge and understanding you should have in accounting standards. Accounting is fun, I tell you. Accounting is fun. Majority of the clients, they do not like me. Majority of the clients, they do not like me because whatever they have been doing throughout their life, I'll prove that, boss, your life is a lie. Throughout your life, you could be doing this for 25 years, but you are doing wrong. I can prove, with my Bible, accounting standards book, you read. And then what happens? That finance head or that finance director of the company, he will also be a chartered accountant. No. Whether he understands accounting standard or no, he'll also be a chartered accountant. He'll also be a professional with experience. Then I'll say, open that book, read that para and you tell me. Okay, but don't worry, I'm not a bad auditor. If I start planning also, I'll plan like that only. Within four corners of law, if we plan, we can do anything. So, chalo, this you understand? Bouncer, half the students cannot digest. Okay. So, Abarna, can you read this example, ma? I asked you to read something and I interrupted, so compensating with this.
Sir, shall I read, sir?
Read, please.
A company follows April to March as its financial year. The company recognizes checks dated 31st March or before, received from customers after balance sheet date, but before approval of financial statement by debiting checks in hand account and crediting the debtors account. The checks in hand is shown in balance sheet as an item of cash and cash equivalents. All checks in hand are presented to bank in the month of April and are also realized in the same month in normal course after deposit in the bank. Even if the checks bear the date 31st March or before, the checks received after 31st March do not represent any condition existing on 31st March. Thus, the collection of checks after balance sheet date is not an adjusting event. Recognition of checks in hand is therefore not consistent with requirements of AS4.
So they are
Moreover,
one second. It can be both the sides. It can be both the sides. In this, what they are saying, date on check is, say for example, 25/3/2021. So the debtor, what he has done, he has drawn a check, took a photo in WhatsApp, took a photo in phone, and then sent in WhatsApp. Sir, check is drawn, sir. You are happy. But when the check is given, you received check on 5/4/2021 and you encashed it on 12/4/2021. Even in this case also, there is no asset on the balance sheet date. You received this only on this date, no? You received this only on this date. You understand? Continue, ma.
Moreover, the collection of checks after balance sheet date does not represent any material change or commitments affecting financial position of the enterprise. And so, no disclosure of such collections in the director's report is necessary.
So, it doesn't need any disclosure also. It doesn't need any disclosure also. In reality, what many companies will do, in reality, company drafts an accounting policy. In reality, company drafts an accounting policy. In case of checks received after the balance sheet date, in case of checks received before the balance sheet date, this is the policy of the company. This is what we do. And this you follow year to year consistently, auditor will agree. You are doing it every year, you are doing same, at least I can accept. But 1 year you do this like this, 1 year you do it like that, then you are doing window dressing. So companies can create an accounting policy and then they can follow if it is not in conflict with AS 14. Okay, read the next parama.
It should also be noted that the framework for preparation and presentation of financial statement defines assets as resources controlled by an enterprise as a result of past events from which economic benefits are expected to flow to the enterprise. Since the company acquires custody of the checks after 31st March, it does not have any control over the checks on 31st March, and hence checks in hand do not qualify to be recognized as asset on 31st March.
Now, I'll give you the conclusion. In reality, what should happen? Say for example, check dated 5/4/2021. Debtor gave this check to the company on 25/3/2021. That means on balance sheet date, company has custody of check. On the balance sheet date, company has custody of check. Now look at the past experience. So this debtor is there, no? His name is, say, Mr. A. Okay, Mr. A and X Limited have been doing business. For 10 years. And there is no instance of check bounce. There is no instance of check bounce. That means the person gives a check, it will be honored. So that guy is a very nice guy. In this situation, because you have check in your hand, this can be treated as cash and cash equivalents on 31/3/2021 because you have the custody of check in your hand because of two reasons. One, you have the custody of check in your hand. This is reason one. Reason two, past experience, no bounds. Now you can pass the journal entry, cash and cash equivalents account or checks in hand account debit to debtor account. Guys, is this clear? Hello? Can we go? If you read the examples, you'll understand the depth of the standard. Can we do illustration 1? There are 3-4 illustrations. We'll complete and then we'll go to next accounting standard. Today we have to deal with the 2 accounting standards. Probably from the next class we'll do with the 2.5 or 3 accounting standards also. Hello, can we continue? Say yes. Okay. So Aparna, can you read question number 1, ma?
In X Company Limited, theft of cash of 5 lakhs by the cashier in January 2011 was detected only in May 2011. The accounts of the company were not yet approved by the board of directors of the company. Decide whether the theft of cash has to be adjusted in the accounts of the company for the year ended 31st March 2011.
Don't read the answer. Please read the question. Tell me your answer in the chat box. Please read the question and tell me the answer in your chat box. So Anoki Abarna is saying adjusting event. What about others? Hello, I want everyone to say adjusting. Everybody is saying adjusting. Correct. It is an adjusting event. Simple. Khatam. No discussion also. 2 lines answer they have given. That's all. Okay. Aparna, read next question, ma.
An earthquake destroyed a major warehouse of ACO Limited on 25/2012. The accounting year of the company ended on 31st March 2012. The accounts were approved on 13th July 2012. The loss from earthquake is estimated at 30 lakhs. State with reasons whether the loss due to earthquake is an adjusting or non-adjusting event and how the fact of loss is to be disclosed by the company.
So tell me, adjusting event or non-adjusting event? Read the question and tell me the answer. Adjusting event, non-adjusting event. Very good. I'm so happy. Everybody is giving correct answer. Non-adjusting event. But do you think a disclosure is necessary or you don't want to disclose also? Non-adjusting event, your answer is right. Do you think the disclosure is necessary? Disclosure is necessary. Very good. Where will you disclose? Will you disclose in financial statements or will you disclose in board report? Will you disclose in financial statements? Will you disclose in board report? Disclosure in board report. Look here. Should be disclosed in the report of approving authority. This should be reported in report of approving, disclosed in report of approving authority. So you understand this? Can we go to next question? If you understand the concepts and all, no need to spend that much of time on problems. You can easily understand. So once you read it, you can write also. First you need to write the provision, then facts of the case, then conclusion. So if you want me to go to illustration 3, type 3 in the chat box. Type 3 in the chat box and then we'll go to third question. Very good. Very good. Okay. Read question number 3, ma.
A company has filed a legal suit against the debtor from whom 15 lakh is recoverable as on 31st March 2011. The changes of recovery by way of legal suit are not good as per legal opinion given by the council. In April 2009, lakhs as provision for doubtful debts dismissed.
Don't read the solution. Please don't read the solution. Just read the question and tell me the answer. Just read the question and tell me the answer. Can the company provide full amount of 15 lakhs as provision? Can the company provide for full amount of 15 lakhs as provision? If you say yes, you are saying it is adjusting event. That's all. If it is adjusting event, your answer will be yes. Shweta, yes. Shweta Suresh, Anu, Sai, Vyukovasan, yes. Rajat is saying yes. Johnny is saying yes. Muralidhar is saying yes. What about other? Ayyappa is saying yes. Hari Govind is saying yes. Hello, what about others? So many students are there. I need answer from everyone. You participate, you learn. Correct. Super. Super. It is an adjusting event. Simple. Because condition is existing on balance sheet date. No. How you have to write your answer? First, you write the provision of accounting standard. Then you write 2 in the question what happened. 3, what is the accounting treatment done by the company? What is correct? And conclusion. That's all. Shall we go to 4? Therefore, a provision should be created in question number 3. If you want me to go to 4, type 4. If you type 4 in the chat box, I'll go to 4. Super. Read this, ma.
In preparing the financial statements of R Limited for the year ended 31st March 2011, you come across the following information. State with reasons how you would deal with this in the financial statements. The company invested 100 lakhs in April 2011 before approval of financial statements by the board of directors in the acquisition of another company doing similar business, the negotiations for which had started during the year.
This is the most dangerous phrase. Negotiation started during the year, but when you invested money after the balance sheet date only. So you tell me, is it an adjusting event or non-adjusting event? Read this and tell me, do you think it is an adjusting event or non-adjusting event? Very good, very good, very good, excellent. Everybody is saying non-adjusting event, excellent. I'm happy, non-adjusting event. It is a non-adjusting event. So some students will say, sir, negotiation started. No, a simple, for all those who ask a doubt in this question, I'll tell you one question. One simple example. You are selling this kind of t-shirts. You are selling this kind of t-shirts. I came to your shop and I asked you, how much is this t-shirt? You said 1,100. I said 1,100 for one t-shirt. Give for 700 rupees, no. Give for 700 rupees. You said no. For you, I'll give you 100 rupees discount, 1000. Then I said, give for 750, no. You said no. 950. Then I said, give for 800 rupees, no. You said no. That is the final price. Then I went off. Okay, next financial year, every day I am texting you, hey, please give it for 800. No, you are saying no. Please give it for 800. No. So negotiation is going on. Next financial year, one fine day you said, ha, chalo bhai, take for 877 rupees. So I bought. Will you write sale entry on the day when sale occurred, or will you do it an adjusting event? Don't you think adjusting event is stupidity? So it is basically a non-adjusting event, but because the amount involved is big, you have to disclose it. That's all. You have to disclose it. Okay. Do you think disclosure is required or no? Non-adjusting event, but disclosure is required or no? Yes, obviously. Okay. Read question number 5, ma.
A limited company closed its accounting year on 30/6/2011 and the accounts for that period were considered and approved by the board of directors on 20th August 2011. The company was engaged in laying pipeline for an oil company deep beneath the earth. While doing the boring work on 1/9/2011, it had met a rocky surface for which it has estimated that there would be an extra cost to the tune of 80 lakhs. You are required to state with reasons how the event would be dealt with in the financial statements for the year ended 30/6/2011.
So simple. You are doing a pipeline. So that means you are doing some drilling. When you are doing drilling, there was one big rocky surface. Then you realized, oh my God, it will increase my cost by 80 lakhs, which is a loss. So 80 lakhs you need to spend more. So will you include that in the cost on the date of balance sheet? Do you think it is adjusting event or non-adjusting event? Guys, do you think it is adjusting event or non-adjusting event? One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I am getting answers. Non-adjusting event 11. Tell more students. Tell. Sir, your sarcastic, nasty smile is creating doubts in our mind. Why is that evil's grin kind of? Why are you doing that, sir? So, I told you this many times, okay? Every question has 3 answers. One is correct answer. One is wrong answer. One is ICAI style answer, Rajinida kind of answer will be there. In this question, you write adjusting event, answer is wrong. Non-adjusting event, answer is wrong. It is not adjusting event, it is not non-adjusting event. Why? It is not event occurring after balance sheet date at all. It is not event occurring after balance sheet date. ICAI, master stroke. Master stroke. Okay. So, this is financial year. This is board of director approval. Event occurred here. So, what they are saying is 36 is the financial year ending. Okay. And 20th August 28 board of directors approved financial statements. 28 board of directors approved financial statements. When this event happened? 1/9/2011. This transaction is outside the scope of accounting standard 4. This transaction is outside the scope of accounting standard 4. Accounting standard 4, events occurring after balance sheet date is not applicable. Clean bold, correct. Murali Reddy is saying clean bold. Okay. Listen, see what is the answer. So, it is not an event occurring after the balance sheet date. This is the answer. This is not an event occurring after the balance sheet date. We'll do one more question. Question number 6 is there. After that, AS4 ends. Hello, madam. Read question number 7, madam. 6 is over. One second. 6 is over.
No.
6 is not over. Read 6.
While preparing its financial accounts for the year ended 31st March 2011, a company made a provision for bad debts at 5% of its total trade receivables. The last week of February 2011, a trade receivable for 2 lakhs had suffered heavy loss due to an earthquake.
Heavy loss due to what?
Not
Heavy loss due to what?
earthquake.
Hello, all of you. Type in the chat box. Heavy loss due to what? All of you, type in the chat box. Heavy loss due to what? Earthquake. Now you tell me. Earthquake adjusting event or non-adjusting event? Earthquake, if there is a loss due to earthquake, is it adjusting event or non-adjusting event? Ahana Raja. How many non-adjusting events are coming here? Idiot, earthquake is not in our factory. Earthquake is in the factory of the debtor. So, to one party you sold goods. His factory met with a fire accident. So, here, earthquake, the fact that they have given earthquake, that is irrelevant. That is not in our premises. So, basically, what is our concern? I sold goods to debtor. He got some earthquake in his factory, so he will not pay money to me. Now it is collection of cash from debtor. That is the problem. Okay, now you tell me whether it is an adjusting event or non-adjusting event. The issue is not earthquake. The issue is about the inability of debtor to pay cash after the balance sheet date. So tell me again in the chat box, tell me, is it adjusting event, non-adjusting event? Adjusting, correct. Don't go with earthquake. Okay, earthquake will come on the date of result. Okay, read question number 7, ma.
During the year 2011 to 2012, Raj Limited was sued by a competitor for 15 lakhs for infringement of a trademark. Based on the advice of the company's legal counsel, Raj Limited provided for a sum of 10 lakhs in its financial statements for the year ended 31st March 2012. On 18th May 2012, the court decided in favor of the party alleging infringement of the trademark and ordered Raj Limited to pay the aggrieved party a sum of 14 lakhs. The financial statements were prepared by the company's management on 13th April 2012 and approved by the board on 13th May 2012.
So they will give you so many dates. The birthday of the MD is on so and so date. MD's grandmother passed away on so and so date. Why all these dates? Approved by board 30th May. That is relevant. 30th April is just a trap. Some student in exam tension will look at 30th April and he will write answer based on 30th April. No. Now, Pawan sir told clean bold example. They will use the brain. 18th May after 30th April. Hello. Hold on. Read it properly. Simple question. But they are giving more dates so that, you know, they need not clean bold you. You will do hit wicket. Voluntary retirement or suicide. So guys, tell me adjusting or non-adjusting? Guys, tell me adjusting event, non-adjusting event. Adjusting event. Khatam. With this, AS4 is done. Okay. So we'll take a 10 minutes break. We'll come back. After the break, we'll see either accounting standard 5 or 9, whatever it is. One more basic standard or 29 also. One more basic standard we'll see. Okay, based on the mood, based on the time. Okay, and then today we'll complete 2 standards and then I'll give you one more standard homework also. Okay, so shall we take a break? If you are ready for the break, say yes.